I thought I was going crazy hearing stomping behind my head. My partner and I moved during the pandemic to an old house, late 1800s, in a small town. It's a duplex, and we were on the smaller side that had an addition built semi-recently. Just as a visual, the addition begins about halfway through the house. Our living room downstairs and our bedroom upstairs are the only rooms that were part of the original house. The head of our bed was against the wall, connecting to the rest of our apartment, the newer addition, and the other side was shared with the other unit, single mother with a young boy. Shortly after we moved in, I kept getting woken up by stomping sounds. It sounded like someone walking up a set of stairs. It annoyed the hell out of me, and I often woke my partner up. He would say it's probably just the kid running up and down the stairs in their unit. He would do this sometimes throughout the day. It kept happening every few nights, and it was always loud enough to wake me up. The weird thing was that it sounded like it was right behind us, in our unit. A couple times I would get up to make sure it wasn't our cats running up and down our stairs, but it never was, and our stairs weren't near the sound. I would also put my ear up against the shared wall, which connected to the other unit's bathroom, but it sounded further away than when I was in bed. It was right behind us, but I could never hear anything when I would walk into the hall. My partner is also a heavy sleeper and wasn't ever woken up by it, and by the time I woke him up, the sound would often stop, or he would be half asleep and wouldn't care. I thought I was going crazy. One night it started, and I immediately shook my partner to wake up before I was even fully awake. He woke up, acknowledged it, but said it must be the neighbor's son playing on their stairs at 3 a.m., and reassured me to go back to sleep. Another night, the same thing. I'd wake him up, point out how it sounded like it was right behind our head, and he would dismiss it with something about the kid, the cat, how old houses can make weird sound, etc. I started to believe it. I actually semi-judged our neighbor for letting her son run up and down the stairs in the middle of the night. It was months of this. It got to a point where my partner couldn't deny it and would just try to laugh it off. I was casually talking to my stepdad, who is a contractor and actually renovated the house a few years before we moved in. We were talking about our neighbor, and I mentioned that the son clearly has sleeping problems because he's up stomping up and down the stairs a couple nights a week. I also just happened to mention that it's so weird annoying because it sounds like it's in our unit right behind our bed. He raised an eyebrow and asked what it sounded like. I, laughingly, told him that it sounds like someone loudly walking up a set of stairs right behind our heads when we're in bed. He asked my partner if he's heard it. He confirmed that he has, and added how weird it is that it doesn't sound like it's coming from the neighbor's unit. He then told us that the house was originally built as a parsonage for the church down the street in the mid to late 1800s. Before the addition was built, the house ended at the wall of our bedroom, where our bed is. There used to be an external outdoor staircase directly behind the wall connecting to our bedroom. I did some digging in the old town archives, and sure enough, I found a picture of the original house with a metal spiral staircase that led to a door right to our bedroom, and a few people have died in that house as well, which isn't necessarily shocking considering that it's an old house in a small town with no hospital. I know people start connecting dots and looking for explanations. Maybe it was our cats or the neighbor paired with sound traveling weirdly in an old house. I wouldn't believe anyone, and still don't believe, I think, that it was anything paranormal. All I know is that I would lay awake with my partner as it was happening for over a year, at least once a week, and it sounded exactly like someone walking up a spiral staircase leading to our bedroom. We moved after a year and a half. I still think about it once. It's a fun story when I'm with friends around a bonfire. Small town Ontario between